Autonomous vehicles are pretty safe. That is what they're being touted as, and being even better than most human drivers. But we have an instance now of a Google car, an autonomous Google car that is, being at fault in an accident for the first time on document. So this happened over Valentine's Day at the corner of El Camino Real and Castro Street in Mountain Valley, California. That is Google's hometown. I should say Alphabet, but you know what I mean. And it got into an altercation with a bus. How did this happen, though? Well, the Google AV test driver saw the bus approaching on the left side mirror, but it thought the bus would slow down to avoid to allow the Google car to continue. And 3 seconds later, as the Google car was re-entering the center of the lane, it made contact with the bus, which did not slow down, meaning it hit the bus. Fortunately, it was traveling at less than 2 miles per hour. The bus was traveling at 15 miles per hour. It's not horrible damage. There is damage to the left front fender, left front wheel of one of the driver's side sensors. There were no injuries. And why did this happen?
I love that line. It said that according to Google reports set for release tomorrow obtained by The Verge, human kindness is what the Google car was counting on. Oh, no. Never count on human kindness in California. So.
And that is the lesson here. Never count on human kindness. It's everyone for themselves.
Exactly, especially in California, by the way. Like, let's just take away from the technological side of it. Coming in from a different environment where we drove on the wrong side of the road, there's nothing more petrifying than trying to drive for the first time in America in Los Angeles, California.
I mean, you say it's the wrong side of the road.
Well, we say, the different side of the road.
I will say drivers are aggressive and mean.
I have witnessed the nicest of individuals
step
into a car in Los Angeles and turn into a terror. Turn into just an insane person who does not care if someone pulls in front. What I see the most of is people pulling in front of people when they're moving towards a red light. Like, people just won't give any common courtesy. It's insane to me, but that's why when I read this, I was just laughing. I was like, of course that's the reason for it. You can't count on human kindness, not in California.
You can't figure that into your algorithm, not at all. This isn't the first time. Remember we had a Hitchbot, the robot that was hitchhiking and was relying on human kindness?
Yes.
And then it was destroyed.
Don't count on human kindness.
It was curb stomped and... When it hit America, that is. It was fine in Canada. And the lesson here is we need to account for that, not assume that drivers will be kind and generous.
And this is what worries me. It's not like putting my faith in a controlled car that is free from, it may be free from human error on the side of the car moving, but it also feels a little worrisome to me that there's no human reaction for when other people have error. Because especially driving in the United States, there's a lot of errors that goes on in the road, right? People are just trying to get from A to B as quick as possible, it seems. So what's worrying for me is, I don't know if it's been proven in terms of research, is that an autonomous car has a higher success rate of avoiding an accident that is caused by another person.
You can kind of learn things over time, behaviors over time, but it's hard to account for something 100% of the time because drivers are erratic and different and unkind.
Yeah, you need to program it for each state.
It's hard to know. And then, you have to, not everyone knows all the rules of the road, too. Yes. You could assume that they're nice, but they don't know which car gets the right of way or what have you. So it's a lot to account for. It's a lot.
Yeah. For things like this to run as successfully as they should, I've made this point since I came into this country. You need to have a harder driving test for human drivers because it is so easy to pass a driving test here. I'm talking about, it took me 3 times to pass a test back in the UK, and it's the same for most people. The average is like 2 or 3. If you pass it first time, good job to you. But it's very hard. There's a lot of maneuvers. You have to drive a manual car. First of all, learn how to drive stick.
Oh, that's mandatory?
Yeah, mandatory. So, no. I don't know if it's changed since I've left, but that was the rule when I was there. Most people learned how to drive stick. In the United States, it's no surprise that there's so many accidents. Passing that, I could have passed that test blindfolded. I had no errors, and I'm not the best driver, by the way. You should
actually look at the road at all times, which is rule number 1, failure.
Yeah.
Audience, what do you think about the autonomous vehicle actually being the cause of the crash? Or you can maybe consider logically it's not exactly the cause. Let us know what you think below in the comments. Can you trust AVs? And please like and subscribe for more.